Okay, is the screen visible?
Yes.
All right. Now let's calculate the volume for this. I said that the volume of this rectangular box is simply going to be length times width times height. Now, what is going to be the length of this metal sheet? You can refer to this
24.
diagram. It's not going to be 24. That is the catch. See, the
24 minus
remaining
2.
part was folded. Yes, the remaining part was folded to form the rectangular box. So this length is going to be 24 minus 2x, because it's going to be 24 minus 2x. Same goes for the width. This is going to be
15 minus 2x.
15 minus 2x.
15 minus 2x. Multiply by the height, that is x. Now you need to multiply these three factors and check if it simplifies to 4x cube minus 78x square plus 360x. So if I multiply x with 24 minus 2x, I'm going to get 24x minus 2x square times 15 minus 2x oh sorry 24x times 15 is going to be 360x, and 24x times 2x is going to be 48x square. So 4x cube minus 78x square plus 360x. Are we all getting this? This was asked to prove, this was asked to show in the first part.
Yes, sir.
The second part says find the stationary value of the volume and the value of x for which this occurs. So what is the stationary value of the volume? If we have the volume expression, to find the stationary value, I can just differentiate the volume with respect to x. So the differentiation is going to be 12x squared minus, what's 78 times 2? 156x plus 360. Okay, that is dv by dx. To find the stationary value, I'm going to equate this to 0 and then solve for x. Now you can take 12 common as well from the expression. So you're going to get x squared minus 13x plus 30 equals to 0, and solve the remaining quadratic equation for x. So what are the two values coming?
Sir, 5 and 6.
I'm I'm getting 10 and 3. Please recheck. Are we all getting the same answers? 10 and 3 now?
No, sir, I'm still getting 6 and 5.
What about others? One x square minus 13x plus 30. We can go for factorization. So if you take out the prime factors of 30, what do you get? X squared minus 15x plus 2x plus 30 equals to 0. You can take x. Achha, sorry. This is going to be x squared minus 10x minus 3x plus 30 equals to 0. So x minus 3 times x minus 10 is 0. X is 3 and x is 10. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But which value of x would I be picking up? I need a logical answer for this.
So will it be
Metal
3?
sheet देखो length of it देखो. Why 3 and why not 10?
Because, like the height is supposed to be small.
Basically the reason is that the sides should be the length should be positive. So if you remember, the width was coming out to be 15 minus 2x. If I would be taking x as 10, this would make my breadth to be negative, which is not possible. So the right answer is 3. Okay. So now the question is asking find the stationary value of v. So I'm going to plug this value of x back into the equation. Get me the value, please.
It's coming to 486.
Four 86. Is it coming out to be 486?
3 again?
Sorry?
Can you explain that? 3 and 10. 3 and not 10.
Ah, sure. So just let us take a break for 1 minute. I want the azan to be done. ठीक है? Just give me 1 minute. All right, guys. Now, the question was, okay, why not 10 and why 3? The reason being that one of the dimension of this rectangular box was coming out to be 15 minus 2x. Now, if I am going to take x as 10, this means 15 minus 20, negative 5. Can the width be negative 5?
No.
No.
That is the reason we are going to neglect the value of x as 10 and we are going to pick 3. Now, when x is 3, what is going to be the, we know that the stationary value of the volume is occurring at x equals to 3. So, what is that stationary value? So, in order to find the value of the volume, I'm going to plug x as 3 into the equation of the volume to get the volume, to get the stationary value of the volume. 486 centimeter cube is the stationary value of the volume, and the value of x at which it occurs is 3. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. Now determine the nature of the stationary value. Is it the maximum possible volume or is it the minimum possible volume? So to find that, we are going to differentiate the derivative of volume. dv over dx was 12x squared minus 156x plus 360. 12x squared minus 156x plus 360. Now I'm going to differentiate this again. So the result is 24x minus 156. Now we are trying to find the value, the nature of the value at x as x equals to 3. So if I plug in 3 over here, would you agree that it is going to result in a negative value? So if the second derivative comes out to be negative, meaning less than 0, then therefore you can say that the v is maximum. The stationary value of v is a maximum value. Clear?
Yes, sir. Can you go back to the previous slide? So you can move on.
Okay. Any questions? Why not?
No.
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's try this one as well.
Sir, can you go back
Piece of,
for a second?
yeah, sure. This slide or the previous one?
This one, sir. Thank you, sir. You can move on.
Okay. A piece of wire of length 2 meter is bent to form the shape PQRST. So I have taken a piece of wire and this wire was bent to form this shape. PQST is a rectangle. I can see that PQST is a rectangle and QRS is a semicircle with diameter SQ. And the piece of wire was, this entire length was 2 meter. So if you're bending a 2 meter wire to form this shape, would you agree that the perimeter of this entire shape is going to be 2 meter?
Yes.
Now the length given to you, PT is given to you as X and PQ and ST are given to you as Y. So it's a rectangle, so this is going to be Y and the diameter of the semicircle is also going to be X meter. The total area of the shape, the total area enclosed by this shape. Now total area means area of the rectangle plus the area of the semicircle. The first part says express y in terms of x. So to find y in terms of x, we are going to use the information given in the question first. We knew that the length of the wire is 2 meter and this was bent to form this shape. So if I calculate the perimeter of this shape, it must be equal to 2 meter. So for the first part, the working for the first part is going to be that the perimeter of this shape is going to be 2 meter. So perimeter is the length of PT plus TS plus PQ plus the arc length SRQ. This is the arc length. The perimeter is 2, PT is X, TS and PQ are Y, so that's going to be 2Y. Now, how can we find the arc length of a semicircle? Basically, that's the same as saying finding the circumference of a semicircle. Any suggestions?
Is it the two
Fire
pi?
upon
2 pi r upon 2. Okay. So simply pi times radius. What is the radius over here?
X upon 2.
X upon 2. So the arc length is simply going to be pi x upon 2. They want you to express y in terms of x, which means they want you to make y the subject. So to make y the subject, I'm going to take everything on the other side. So if 2 is going to go on the other side and divide, this is going to be 1 minus x by 2 minus pi by 4 x. Okay. Now it's up to you. You can simplify this further as well. By making the denominators common, you are going to get 4. 4 minus 2x minus pi x. This is y. Is the first part clear?
Yes.
Yes.
yes, sir.
Now, if we have made y the subject correctly, we are going to be able to show the second part that says show that the area comes out to be this. To find the area, now, whenever, even if the question does not have this first part, and you see that the question in the like the question that you are being asked to show is only an expression in terms of x and not in terms of y, then obviously you will have to come up with an equation that will express y in terms of x, because the area equation does not have y right now. Now if I write down the work, if I do the working for finding the area, I know it's a rectangle. So the rectangle will have an area of x times y, and the area of the semicircle is just going to be pi r square over 2. So radius was
Sir,
x upon 2 pi r square upon 2 g.
sir, for example, if the part A wasn't given to us, then also we would have been required to find x in terms of y in terms of x, right?
Yes, that is the
Because
right. That is what I was saying. Yeah. Because if you start directly part B, this is the first step that you are going to come up with. And you can see very well that there is Y that needs to be replaced to show this expression. So you will have to do part one, even if they don't ask.
okay.
Okay. Now to show this, I'm going to replace Y with 4 minus 2x minus pi x upon 4, and this is going to be pi x square upon 8. If you multiply this and divide and separate the terms, you're going to get 4x minus 2x square minus pi x square over 4. I'm splitting up the terms so that I can show what the examiner wants me to show. So this is x minus 1 upon 2x square. Now you can solve this part. Minus pi upon 4 plus pi by 8. What value will it give you? Minus pi upon 4 plus pi upon 8. This is same as saying pi upon 8 minus pi upon 4. So pi minus 2 pi, which is negative pi upon 8. So this is going to come out as negative pi upon 8x square. Isn't this the area that they wanted us to show?
Yes.
Clear? Is there anything you want me to repeat?
No, sir. I'm clear.
What about others?
It's clear, sir.
Okay. Now for part C, I need to differentiate this area with respect to x, and then I need to do the second derivative. So let's try. dA by dx is going to be differentiation of x is 1. Half times 2 is going to be 1. X minus 2 pi upon 8 is simply going to be pi upon 4 x. This is the first derivative. The second derivative is going to be minus 1 minus pi by 4. Are we all on the same page?
Yes, sir.
सही है सबका यही हाल है. Okay, now the part D says find the value for x for which there is a stationary value. So to find that value, okay, I'm going to erase this working. So answer D, find the value of x for which there is a stationary value of a. So dA, I'm going to first set dA by dx equal to 0. So 0 equals to 1 minus x minus pi by 4x. So the value is going to come out as x plus pi upon 4x equals to 1. I can take x common, and x is going to come out as 1 over 1 plus pi upon 4. So I don't think there's a need to give the exact answer. So 1 plus pi upon 4, if even you do it from the calculator, इसको अच्छा exact answers अगर देना होता तो कैसे करते हैं? This is going to be 4 plus pi upon 4, and if you reciprocate it, you are going to get 4 upon 4 plus pi, right? 4 over 4 plus pi is a value around 0.56009. Now, you need to find the stationary value of A. Once you have the value of A for which the stationary value of A is occurring, you can just plug this value in the area equation. Area equation is given to you over here. So I can take 0.56009, 0.56009 minus half times 0.56009. You can also take the exact value. सही है, लेकिन सब कुछ कैलकुलेटर में फिर प्लग इन करना. 0.56009. What is the value of area coming out?
coming to 0.499.
What is the value?
0.499.
0.499. I don't know. Is any other person getting the same value? Actually, let me work this with the exact value and see what do we get. We know that x is coming out to be 4 over 4 plus pi, and the area equation is x x, which is 4 upon 4 plus pi, minus 1 upon 2x square. So that is going to be 4 upon 4 plus pi square, minus 1 upon 8 pi x cube. That was 4 upon 4 plus pi cube. ठीक है? I'm showing you the simplification कैसे करनी है. So 4 upon 4 plus pi minus, the numerator is also going to be squared up and the denominator is also going to be squared up. 4 square is 16, 16 divided by 2 is 8, 8 over 4 plus pi, the whole thing square. 4 cube is 64, 64 over 8 is 8. So this is going to be 8 pi upon 4 plus pi cube. If I make the denominators common, I'm going to get 4 plus pi cube. I'll have to multiply this with 4 plus pi square. This is going to be multiplied with 4 plus pi and this is going to be multiplied by 1. So 4 times 4 plus pi square minus 8 times 4 plus pi minus 8 pi. Oh, I'm sorry. Guys, there was a square over here, not the cube. My bad. Please correct this. So this is just going to be multiplied by 1. This isn't going to be multiplied by anything. Please make a correction over here. Minus 8 minus, and 4 square is 16, 16 upon 2. This number is also going to change. 16 upon 8 is 2. So this is going to give you negative 2 pi. Negative 2 pi. Okay. Then if you simplify this, you get 16 plus 4 pi minus 8 minus 2 pi over 4 plus pi squared. 16 minus 8 is 8. 4 pi minus 2 pi is plus 2 pi over 4 plus pi, the whole thing square. If I take 2 common from the numerator, I'm going to get 4 plus pi. The denominator has 4 plus pi square. This can be simplified further to give 2 over 4 plus pi. This is the area. This is the stationary value of the area. Is this working clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if I want to find the nature of this stationary point, what am I going to do? I did find the second derivative. The second derivative was coming out to be minus 1 minus pi by 4. This does not have any x value. So irrespective of the value of x, this is always going to be a maximum value. Since the second derivative of the area is equal to minus 1 minus pi by 4, which is a negative value itself. So the area, the stationary value, is a maximum value. Okay. Anything you would like to copy down from the previous slide? If anything isn't clear, please let me know.
Yes, sir.
All right. So please try this one on your own. A volume of a solid cuboid. The word solid means that it's not hollow. It's a solid figure. You can touch all the faces of this cuboid. The volume is 576 centimeter cube. The surface area is A. Express Y in terms of X. So obviously we are going to use the information given to us, and the information is related to the volume. So if I want to find the volume, volume is going to be 2x times x times y. The volume is 576, 2x square times y. So y is going to be 576 upon 2x square. After simplification, this is going to come out as 288 over x square. Is the first part clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, for the second part, show that A comes out to be 4x squared plus 1728 upon x. This, which area are they talking about? They are talking about the surface area. Now, the surface area of a cuboid is basically the area of all the faces. So, if you see this face, there are two such faces. One is in the front, one is at the back. The area of this face, this rectangular face, is going to be 2x squared, and there are two such areas. One is in the front, one is at the back. What is the area of this face?
X into Y.
X into y. And how many such faces are there? There is
Two.
going to be one face at the right and one face at the left. So 2 times xy. Okay.
Sorry.
And then finally we have the top face. What is going to be the area of the top face?
2x into Y. 2x into
2x
X.
into y, and then times by 2, because there is also a bottom face. So this is the total surface area. So 4x square plus 2xy plus 4xy, 4x square plus 6xy. Now, the problem is that I will have to replace y over here. So y comes out to be 288 upon x square. What is 288 times 6?
1728.
1728 over x. This was the area that they asked us to show. Okay, now the part C says the same thing. Find the maximum value of A and state the dimensions of this cuboid for which this occurs. So to solve this, you can differentiate the area. Area can be written as 4x square plus 728 x to the power of negative 1. You differentiate this, you're going to get 8x negative minus 1728 over x square. All right. And to find this maximum value, the maximum value already means stationary value. So you are going to set this equal to 0. 8x equals to 728 upon x square. You cross multiply and simplify this, you are going to get x cube equals to 728 divided by 8, that is 216. You are going to take the cube root of 216. What is the cube root of 216 coming out?
6.
6, right? So 6 centimeter. Now the question is saying find the maximum value of A and state the dimension of the cuboid for which this occurred. So if the value of x is 6, what are going to be the dimension? The length is going to be 2 times 6. 12. The width is 6 and the height is y, and y was equals to 288 upon x square. So 288 upon x square, 288 upon 36 is 8. So this cuboid has a length of 12 centimeter, width is 6 centimeter, and the height is 8 centimeter. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
sir.
try the last question as well. The diagram shows a window made from a rectangle with base 2r and height is h and a semicircle of radius r. The perimeter of the window is 6. So perimeter comprises of the rectangle plus the arc length, and the perimeter is given to you as 6. You need to express h in terms of r. So I'm going to use the information about the area or the perimeter first.
Sir,
Yeah.
for the perimeter, won't we ignore one side of the rectangle?
No, we are not
The
going to
side.
ignore this side. We are not going to ignore this side because they have given us a solid line. And the question says the diagram shows a window made from a rectangle with a base 2r and the height h and a semicircle of radius r. ठीक है? As far as I think, I don't know, अभी solve करके देख भी लेते हैं. As far as I think, because they have given you a solid line, not the dotted line, so we are going to count that side into the perimeter. Okay, let's check कर लेते हैं.
Okay.
अगर काउंट करते हैं और फिर हम एरिया ये शो करने की कोशिश करते हैं, if we are successful in showing this area, that means we were right. Okay,
Okay.
so for the perimeter of the window, I know it is the rectangle has a perimeter of 2 times length plus 2 times width of the rectangle is h. So 2 times 2r plus 2h plus the r length of a semicircle, which is 2 pi r over 2. So 4r plus 2h plus pi r, and the perimeter was equal to 6 meter.
Sir, but then won't we be counting the
They
same
want
line?
us to make h the subject. So h is going to come out as 6 minus 4r, which lengthwise. That the reason being I have it, and this is the perimeter of a rectangle. Okay, that gives you the check कर लेते हैं इसको. So this is h.
So can you repeat? You lagged for me.
Okay, what do you want me to repeat?
So did you hear my question?
Yes, I did, and I answered it. तो मैं वापस से बोल देता हूँ, वापस से समझा देता हूँ.
Okay.
Basically, I was trying to say that, okay, I was trying to say that आपका क्वेश्चन ये था कि ये वाली लेंथ हम दोबारा रिपीट तो नहीं कर रहे, सही है। आपको लग रहा है कि हम इस लेंथ को वापस से कैलकुलेशन ले रहे हैं, बट हम नहीं ले रहे। जब मैं रेक्टेंगल का पेरीमीटर निकाल रहा था, सो these are the four lengths that I accounted for. And when I was finding the arc length is only this length. So 2 pi r upon 2 is just this value. ये arc length है.
Sir, but
This plus जी.
2 pi r upon 2 is also the perimeter. So for perimeter, won't all the sides be counted?
No, 2 pi r upon 2 is not the perimeter of the semicircle. Okay, please clear this concept. अगर आपके पास एक semicircle मैं देता हूँ, and if I ask you to find the perimeter of a semicircle, the perimeter of a semicircle will be equal to the arc length plus the diameter. So arc length is 2 pi r upon 2 plus the diameter is 2r. Now over here, I'm not adding 2r. Okay, I'm only accounting for the arc length. Do you understand the difference now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to use this expression of h and plug it, use it to find the area. Area for this figure is going to be the area of the rectangle, that is 2r multiplied by h, area of the rectangle, plus the area of the semicircle, that is pi r square upon 2. Is it okay? यहाँ तक सब साथ है मेरे? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now 2r times h is 6 minus 4r minus pi r upon 2 plus pi r square upon 2. 2 and 2 can be cancelled out. You are going to get 6r minus 4r square minus pi r square plus pi r square upon 2. So 6r minus, okay. So this is going to come out as 4r square minus pi r square upon 2. Acha. Hmm. So Renu was right in the first place that this side is not going to be included in this question. ठीक है? The reason being that we are not able to show the area otherwise. But in your exams, whenever such question will come, there will always be, the diagram should always look like this. That it is going to be a dotted line, not a solid line. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? यहाँ पे the confusion इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि यहाँ पे solid line थी. If this would have been a dotted line, the question would have made more sense. So yes, you're right. यहाँ पे फिर what you are going to do is, you are not going to count this side at all. So instead of 2r, it's just going to be 1r, 1 times 2r, ये वाली length. ठीक है? So the working is going to be a little bit different. So this is going to be 2r, 6 minus 2r. I'm changing the entire values. 6r minus 2r square. ठीक है? That is how the answer is shown. It might be confusing for you. So if there is any confusion, please ask. I'm gonna explain it again.
No, sir, it's clear.
सही है, तो वो जो साइड है ना ये वाली, आप इसको नहीं काउंट करोगे, बिकॉज दिस डज नॉट फॉर्म, अकॉर्डिंग टू द क्वेश्चन, दिस डज नॉट form the perimeter. This side is not going to be counted. ठीक है?
Okay.
Then only we can prove this area. And the rest of the working remains the same. So I want you to take a screenshot of this question and try the remaining part C, D, and E at home.
Sir,
Yeah.
in general circumstances, when we're not required to show that the area is this, then in that case, should we consider that line or not? Because that answer may be used in other parts as well.
I'm sorry, there was a lag in your voice. Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, sir, I'm saying in general circumstances when we're not asked to show the area. Now in this question we're asked to show the area, then we can make sure whether this line should be counted or not. But what should we do in general circumstances when we can't make sure what's the answer?
All right. So if I'm understanding your question correctly, you are trying to say, okay, can we use this area for the remaining parts if we are not able to solve this? Is that the question?
No,
Okay. Then I would like you
I'm
to
just
repeat the
saying.
question.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm just saying that now we can estimate whether this line should be considered or not because we've been given uh, an answer. But what if we weren't
Yeah.
given an answer? We would taken the answer
That
that you previously got.
Okay, that's what I'm trying. What I told you initially, that in your exam you're always going to be given a figure that is clear. In this question, this is a question from a book, so the question itself wasn't clear. They drew a horizontal line, that was a solid line. So whenever a solid line is drawn, we do consider it in the perimeter. But if the question comes in your exam, and if they do not want the line to be included, they are going to draw a dotted line, not the solid line. So if the solid line was included, if the solid line was drawn, then the calculation would be such that you will have to include that line in the perimeter to solve the question in the exam. And if the line is a dotted line, then you are not going to include. The question is going to be correct over here. यहाँ पे this was a question from a book, so I personally believe there should have been a dotted line. बट यहाँ पे सॉलिड लाइन था, लेकिन वर्किंग जो है वो डॉटेड लाइन के रिस्पेक्ट से हुई हुई थी, द लाइन वाज नॉट इंक्लूडेड. अच्छा, एक और इंटरेस्टिंग बात मैं बता दूं. इफ इन एग्जाम, लेट्स से यू आर नॉट एबल टू शो दिस एरिया, so don't leave these three parts. If you are not able to show this, if let's say आपका ये गलत आ रहा है पार्ट बी का आंसर, ठीक है, तो you can use this answer and do the working for part C, part D and part E. समझ आ रही है बात? अगर शो वाला पार्ट आपका आंसर गलत आ रहा है, सो यू आर ओनली गोइंग टू लूज मार्क्स फॉर दैट पार्ट. डू नॉट लीव द एंटायर क्वेश्चन, यूज द आंसर from part B and solve the remaining parts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Have you taken the screenshot of that?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is one more question that I would like you to do. Try this question at home. Take a screenshot. You can send me on WhatsApp, or we can discuss it in the next class as well. I just want you to do this, okay? Try zero karna is question ko.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you in the next class. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.